Awesome. Hey, I'm Patrick McGilligot here at T's iRecovery. Before I came to this program, I wasn't sure what to expect. I did know that I needed help, and I kind of, just knew I needed to change my lifestyle because it was kind of going downhill fast. And I wasn't sure what to expect, just knowing that I needed to come here. Getting here was definitely nerve-wracking, I would say. That would be a fair statement. To get here, just kind of going through the unsettledness of it, just feeling the guilt and the shame of, having this problem. Why couldn't I beat it? Like, why do I have to be here? How come I let my family down, or any of those scenarios that would be negative thinking. As I progressed and just really put myself into what is going around in the group, I really found myself kind of getting out of my head, growing, learning within myself, accepting a lot of the lessons that are to be taught in this program. The phenomenal thing for me that I'm really taking out of it is the 12-step program, like going to AA. I have been to a facility before, and it was kind of all over the place. It was government ran, and of course, certain things that I found that, were helpful, just not as directive. Like I didn't find the direction that I think I needed for myself. I still kind of was out doing things on my own, trying to, be sober, be clean, on my own self-will, which in some days were good and some days were just runaways. So for me, the thing that helped me was the scheduling, the consistency of it, and just making sure that I learned how to practice is what I took out of this program. Of course, getting out there in life after here, I needed to develop these habits that would benefit myself. And it was necessary because I was always kind of go by the fly of my seat, which would lead me to boredom and, of course, restlessness and perhaps no direction. So having the schedule of the meetings and making sure that I went to them and fulfilled my end of what I wanted to do and just commit myself to it, and then committed myself to working out. And that was something that I did for me because I felt if I couldn't do it in here, probably was not going to do it out in the real world. So for myself, really fully immersed myself, found myself where I would go back and forth to kind of old thought processes, challenge myself to be a little bit more patient. There are certain things like talking stick where it taught me how to listen before I wanted to respond. So it was just really good to be able to be a part of a whole bunch of people that really didn't care where I came from or anything like that. They just fully understood that I was here for the right reasons, and that was to better myself and, of course, kick addiction and alcoholism. So being here and seeing and listening to the stories of similar types of people from all complete different backgrounds allowed me to not isolate myself, develop friendships, shed tears openly without having to be afraid of feeling that emotion, really just getting into the emotion, soulfully laugh. Like, I don't think I've laughed harder in many years. I can't even think of it. I had laughed before, but it was almost superficial. It didn't feel as genuine, even though at the time it felt genuine. It's just the genuineness of how hard I was laughing with tears, like I say, coming out of my eyes. And not feeling any worry. The one thing that I feel that when people come in here is that feeling of judgment. And I think it's a self-thought. It's taught within ourselves. It's sometimes taught within society. Putting it out there, I did put it out on Facebook that I did come to a rehab facility. And the outpour of love and congratulations that I got, it was touching. It's good, and it's something that's why I don't even mind doing this video, not blurred. Because I want to put it out there to eliminate stigma when it comes to addiction, that the realness of the struggle is there. And the thing, again, I keep on going to things I've learned, is the power of we is greater than I. Put it together with the group. I know it feels like an internal struggle, like when you're in yourself, drinking and what have you, or drugs or gambling or what have you, whatever it might be for yourself. I found that being with people who have similar stories made me lower my guard down as far as creating relationships, and as far as even feeling the guilt in myself. Obviously, I know I have to work on some things to progress, but the biggest thing that I took away was the action. if I do it, I can achieve it. If I just sit there and hope for the best, I'm probably not going to get it, right? So if I can go out there, do these things, waking up in the morning, making coffee for people or holding the door open and just getting that generosity within myself for no other reason, for the fact that I just wanted to do something kind-hearted and for other people. Just getting in touch with that side of myself, getting in touch with the confidence to speak about, hey, you know what, I do have this concern, it's a problem, I'm able to address it, but the biggest thing I took away, knowledge is power. So by admitting that I had a problem, I knew I had drinking concerns, but I had never said that I was an alcoholic. Which, when I finally came to that realization, that really allowed me just to progressively take the steps one day at a time and achieve some of the goals that I wanted to do here. And of course, like I say, I made this my practice run, learn how to practice so I can continue practicing life and achieve the things that I want to do.
That's freaking awesome, man. Do you have a brief message for people out there still struggling?
Obviously, make sure you're willing and ready to come and make the commitment to do so, because this will change your life if you allow it. It has to be something. I know however you get here, just realize it and humbly accept that chances are, if you got here, whether someone forced you or what have you, there's a reason for it. So be open-minded to just see what is coming. And then if you can come sooner than later, you don't have to wait for rock bottom, because then you might have it a little easier out there. Just come, just get here and go and just really allow yourself to kind of learn, because I think it will, from my experience, enrich your life.